Preparing. All right, we're live. Hello, everybody on Facebook. That was a challenge. So I'm just going to start with if any of you out there haven't gone live today and you're in Zoom, you might want to go test it out before you get on your next meeting because I just Zoom changed the way that they were doing things. And now you have to go live through Zoom instead of through Facebook. The descriptions are different, tagging people is different. So go check that out. Just giving you guys a little heads up. So I'm going to hit record. And when I hit record, then I'll move straight into doing the podcast because I've got to open up the podcast. And then if you have any background noise that happens, or you can put yourself on mute, and then of course unmute yourself. You'll know when I'm coming to you because I'll mention your name. Sound good?
Mhm.
All right, here we go. Hello, listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Lead Up for Women, Speak Up to Lead Up. I feel really bad for mentioning this, but I have been enjoying some gorgeous weather in Arizona. And I do know that there are other states that are under snow, that have had snowstorms, that have been freezing. But we have just had this gorgeous weather in the last week in Arizona. And every morning, as many of you know, I get up and I spend my first hour in gratitude and writing my gratitudes and reading. And I've been able to open up my window, and every morning on my gratitude list has been how much I love listening to the birds chirp and talk to each other and just nature in whole. And this week I was extremely blessed to spend the weekend with Sharon Lecter at her Dude Ranch up in Young, Arizona. We have a mastermind called Infinite Impact. And we spent the weekend with her up there horseback riding. She was doing some training with us, learned so much about not only her new book, Exiting Rich, but really about Think and Grow Rich for women. So I'm going to highly recommend that you snag that book out there if you haven't already, because when is the right time for you to think about your business and how you can scale that? Because as women, we do not need to do this as a hobby. We can make riches, we can make millions of dollars doing what it is that we do. And so I encourage you to surround yourself with the right network, because your network is your net worth in how you're going to be able to scale your business moving forward. So think about who you're surrounding yourself with, or as my good friend Carrie Connolly would say, who's on your front row, right? Who's on your front row? Who's that person who are those people when you're speaking that are sitting there on your front row, and they should be cheering you on and fueling you and not getting up or falling asleep, or who in your life is there for you. So thinking about that, it would be a challenge this week for you. And of course, feel free to email us at info@leadupforwomen.com, and let us know what your gratitudes are and who's on your front row and what you've been able to do to challenge yourself to make sure that those right people are there in your network for you. So today I'm really excited, as we talk about scaling businesses. Part of scaling a business is really being an influencer, because you're a leader. And Michelle and I were talking about this a little bit earlier before we started recording. And you can be a loud leader from the front with lights going off and it being all about you, or you can be a very humble, silent leader from the rear, where you're cheering those on. So either way, you become an influencer in your industry. And so our first guest today is actually both of these beautiful ladies with me today are VIP members. And for those of you that are listening on the podcast, you can always go to Facebook and watch the video at Lead Up for Women. So feel free to go out there and check out the video as well. But I wanted to introduce Heather Locke, who is one of our VIP members. And Heather, you do so much in the tech side of things, right? This is the area that scares me, and the area that I hire probably my most personnel besides the magazine. So publishing makes me very nervous, as well as the tech side of things. So Heather, welcome to the show today.
Thank you, Colleen. Nice to be here with you.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about your business, who you are, and talk to us a little bit about what you're working on right now, that our listeners can participate in, or be part of what you're doing, or an interest in something that you have going on.
So my business is Hammersmith Support. We are a web development agency. We specialize in WordPress development. We do design, development, hosting, and maintenance for WordPress websites. So we are really specialized in WordPress and all things websites. um, we are working on basically building an infrastructure for our clients where it's a portal where they can log in. As our client base has grown and the amount of clients we service has grown, we are finding we need to increase the way we do things, to improve our processes, to give our clients more value. So we're really working right now on putting some of those in place. And one of those is a client portal where clients can log in and see the hours they've used, see the update from their latest maintenance service, and also have some resources that we provide to them, training videos and other documentation that's specific to them. So we're very focused on giving them a personal experience. So when we make a video for them on how to do something on the website, it is their site they see and how they would do that specific function for them, because every site's a little bit different.
You're hired. So that is something that's so unique of what you're doing, because the biggest frustration as a business owner, I think we can all agree, is once the website's built, it's like, great. I had to
Mhm.
literally stay up till, I remember 1, 2 in the morning when I first built this company, because I had a marketing company build my very first website, learning how to do WordPress. I just had, it was like I just had to fail and fail again. And sometimes I would completely delete pages, screw up everything, and be like, oh my gosh, I've screwed everything up and start over. So, Heather, I love that you have that personal touch, and you not only build it, but it's so personal that you're helping them learn how to manage that website, because a lot of people want to just make a quick change and they don't know how to do that, so they're relying, so they feel kind of like I'm relying on you to have to do these pieces for me, and I could just have someone on my staff go in quickly and make a change. So I love that, because that takes a lot of pressure off you as well, and you're empowering the owner of the website to know what to do.
So one of our core values is transparency, and that's exactly what we're speaking to when we do that. So we provide updates for clients and we add changes to them to their website, but it's important for us to show them how to do it and empower them. And we don't feel like, there's anything that we do that is magic. We've to learn to do what we do. We have a skill set, but we can certainly teach others to do it, and we want to help our clients be empowered.
I love that. And the personalization is important, because honestly, not everyone's website is the same. That call to actions are different. Wouldn't you say, Heather? It's not, I feel like sometimes the website developers I've met, they've kind of just canned it. Like, we're just going to build this website for you. And you're like, that doesn't even function like I need.
We do all custom development. So, and we don't use, like, a lot of WordPress developers use like these builders like Elementor or WP Bakery. And we find those to be really clunky and slow down the site. So everything that we do, we build custom for the client. So we build a custom, but we build it in a very standard framework. So it's very easy to update. And we use a lot of WordPress's built-in core functionality instead of, adding on a million plugins that eventually slow down your site and add more variables of things that can break. So we try to keep our plugins that we use lean, and we try to build it custom for the site's needs, and not add in a bunch of stuff they don't need, because in the end that just ends up slowing things down.
Agreed. I totally agree with you. So, Heather, I know you do a lot to give back to the community. Are you doing anything right now that you would love the listeners to participate in, or an offer that you have, or something you would like to share with the community?
Well, I would say we always have a nonprofit rate for our maintenance packages. So we always offer that. We have a giving back program where we offer pro bono services to a nonprofit. We just recently added our second nonprofit. So our two pro bono clients are the Love Up Foundation, which is the John J. and Rich Foundation that supports foster kids. And our latest nonprofit is the Phoenix Center for the Arts. And the arts have been incredibly impacted by COVID, and Phoenix Center for the Arts offers a lot of community programs, arts classes, to all income levels. And so we're really excited to support them and see, we just started, so we're excited to see what we can do over the next year. And
That is
beyond that, I'm a big supporter of the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, and I'm also a big supporter of Big Brothers Big Sisters. I've been a big sister for about, I've lost track, but something like 17 years.
Well, that's super exciting. I love the initiative that John Jay and Rich have going on with foster kids. They've done this with canines and dogs, and putting them into places. And I've been following them for years on that. So thank you so much for giving back to the community in the way you do. And please have your executive assistants reach out to me because I need a rebuild. So I'm looking literally at this moment for the best company, and something speaking to me right now. So if we'll do follow up on that, let's move forward on what that looks like, because I would love to have you work on Lead Up for Women's site. I mean, that would be
That would
super.
be amazing.
Yeah, I would love that. So how can everyone reach you, Heather? And we'll have your information in the description. So any of you listening, it'll be at your tip of your fingers here. You can just click on that and get to her website, Heather. But if you'll share with us your information so everyone can reach you.
Absolutely. So I can be reached at my website at hammersmithsupport.com. I'd like to mention there's a schedule a consultation button that will allow you to book a 30-minute call to discuss your project or your needs, or just connect even. We are also on Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook as Hammersmith Support.
Thank you, Heather. It's been wonderful having you on the show today. And I want to thank you so much for that beautiful blog that your company had done on me and Lead Up for Women. And I was just humbled and honored. I do so much serving on my end and promoting and putting women in the spotlight that it is just such a blessing when other companies put me in the spotlight. So thank you so much. Lead Up for Women thanks you as well. Appreciate that
You're,
so much.
you're welcome. We were happy to celebrate you.
Thank you. All right, Heather. Well, everyone get out there to Hammersmith because she's amazing, and I love the way she does things with her tech. So let's talk about Michelle Calloway. I love Michelle. We met just not too long ago. She had me on her show. I was like, girl, there are some things we can do together here. So let's talk a little bit about what she does and why I love her, because she's all about elevating women, thought leaders, for that celebrity influence level. And like I talked about, it's very important that we talk about media, we talk about broadcasting, advertising, and publicity solutions. And she's the one that has the solutions for those. She also has a heart to empower entrepreneurs to embrace technology, biggest fear of mine. So it's hard for me to wrap my arms around hugging technology, so that they can stay competitive and relevant for long-term success. I think that's the key, right? Staying relevant for long-term and not making it about the here and now and just in this moment, but how does that last? So Michelle, welcome to the show.
I am so happy to be here, Colleen. Thank you so much for having me.
You do so much too. I went on and I was looking, I was like, Michelle's been featured in Inc. magazine. She's been praised by Kevin Harrington of ABC's hit TV show Shark Tank for providing small business owners with a unique differentiator that creates powerful organic conversations. She does so much. She's an international speaker, a best-selling author, and then CEO of the innovative software and media solutions company. So wow, you do a lot. Oh, and she's the founder of the nonprofit Tech with Heart Foundation. Maybe you and Heather need to have a conversation after this.
Yes, I think Heather and I are definitely able to collaborate and support people on the tech side, as well as just making them feel safe and cared about. That's really important in the world of tech. It's like if you have a car and you need to go to an auto mechanic, but you don't know anything about cars, it can be incredibly intimidating trying to find a mechanic that you can trust. You feel like you're going to get taken advantage of, and the same thing happens in the world of tech. So the more at ease you can put a client, and the more they can understand who you are and why you do stand for transparency. I know we're a service disabled veteran owned company, so we say honor and integrity is also right up there with transparency for us, and letting them know that we're safe. We've been vetted by the feds, we've been vetted by the state of California, so you're safe with us, and that's a really important thing in the world of tech.
I love that you say that because, that's my philosophy in Lead Up for Women is helping women feel safe when they get into the spotlight because it can be a very scary thing to share your story or write an article when you've never written one or be on a podcast or do an interview or teach a workshop if you've never taught a workshop. So I love the safe and nurturing environments that we're providing here today, all three of us. And really that education piece that goes along with it is so important. So Michelle, I know that you didn't come out of the womb in tech, right? That wasn't your thing when you started. We all kind of start with this clear canvas. So talk to me about how you got into this. What has your journey been like, and why is this what you're doing today just your passion, what that creates this purpose for you and fuels you to want to empower others?
That is a really great point because I am a tech founder, but I was just having this conversation yesterday with a lady in IT, and she's been in the IT industry for 15 years, and I was applauding her. She's kind of like a hidden figure. She's even an African American woman, and I was just applauding her for entering such a male-dominated field. But obviously, her brain is wired that way. I'm a creative. I am a creative human being. So I was actually, my background is in graphic design and visual communications and digital media development. So when I say digital media, you think video, you think web design. I'm a print designer converted towards digital design. So I love creating things that help elevate a brand or get a message across. That's who I am on the creative side. So I actually started my own graphic design agency after being an in-house graphic designer for the city of Reno, Nevada for about 10 years. Once I started my own graphic design agency, I really loved and thrived on the customer connection and just empowering them and giving them such beautiful artwork to go and present their company with and just encouraging them, because that's my spiritual gift is encouragement. But it was in 2012, I was introduced to a brand new technology called augmented reality, and it is a cousin of virtual reality. But back in 2012, nobody had heard about it. And I wasn't on the search for something new. So that wasn't exactly what happened. I'm a faith-based entrepreneur. And so after being widowed 10 years prior to me starting my own business, I pretty much told God, wherever you want me to go, I will go. So when this disruption happened in 2012 and I was introduced to augmented reality, I couldn't sleep for 2 weeks. And so that's how I knew I was being called to it, because it gripped me in a way that I wasn't expecting. And it just was relentless and wouldn't let go until I succumbed to figuring out what is it I'm supposed to do with this amazing technology. So that set me on a path to become a tech founder, and I built my very first prototype because I had to, because I couldn't sleep. I had to learn. And so I was still kind of bewildered as to why I was being called to step into this role when I was so content and happy being a creative director. And it wasn't until a young lady friend saw that I was able with this technology to make images and objects come alive like Harry Potter. This is like Harry Potter meets Iron Man technology. It's incredibly dynamic and very disruptive, and that is what got me featured in Inc. magazine and interviewed with Kevin Harrington. It is this cutting edge concept of how can we use technology as a magical portal to connect human beings even across oceans. And I don't know if you would like me to demonstrate this, because it's one of those things that is definitely easier to understand if seen, even though I know this is a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But this story is this young lady came to my office and said, I want to make a card, like a thinking of you card, come alive for her boyfriend who is now deployed overseas in the military. She missed him like crazy. She knew he was lonely and missing everybody like crazy. She wanted to have him feel like a piece of home was with him. So we put this card together. She shot a video on her phone, and I made it so that this physical card, when viewed through a smartphone, would come alive with her message to him.
That is insane.
Yes, and
Isn't that great, Heather? Oh my gosh, that is just
story
amazing.
of his reaction is what set me on my path, because I'm sitting here showing this technology to business owners saying, you can make your brand come alive. You can make your business card come alive. You can make your book covers come alive. You can make your posters, your invitations to events all come alive. But back in 2012, everybody was looking at me going, what is that? I've never seen anything like that. They actually felt like it was voodoo or something. They're just like, whoa. His reaction, the soldier's reaction to his girlfriend sending him a card was a beautiful, connection already, because she sent him something. It was intentional. It had her beautiful face on it, and it said, I love you, I'm thinking of you. But then when he watched her start talking to him directly from the card, he said it rocked him to his core. And this is a 20-year-old man in the military saying this. And he said the oceans between them just disappeared. And he felt that she was somehow embodied in that card. So he carried it in his wallet every day while serving. So that is what had my aha moment, because I was widowed previously. I understand the intense need and power of connection and relationship, and human beings, connecting with human beings is the most important thing that we can do in our lifetime. Share love, share message, connection, and just leave a legacy. So I set out to create this Revealio technology to make it so simple that grandparents can use it, so affordable that it doesn't matter what your budget is. And that was what set me on this path to start stepping into a leader in the media tech space, to share with others that, hey, look, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to be the best speaker in the world. You just need to follow and guide, let somebody else guide you, but be different, be innovative, and use technology in a way that it really does enhance our human connections. Like we're on a Zoom right now while we're also broadcasting to Facebook, while we're also getting programmed onto a podcast platform. So there are many things that technology can do to help you connect with others. And so I'm all about that. I want to help you shine. I want to help you disrupt. I want to help you be innovative. That's who I am.
Yeah, I love that, because you make what others feel is impossible the possible. And I had never seen that technology before until one of the members of Lead Up for Women sent me a lamp. And this lamp, when you hold your smartphone up to it, it comes alive and the tree starts losing its leaves. I was freaking out. I showed everybody in my family, and it's just that the lamp was gorgeous. It had believe and faith on it, and I just thought that was awesome. And I thought she just sent me a lamp, and then she called me and said, you've got to put your phone up to it. And I was just blown away. I don't even know how that technology works. And so I understand so much better now, Michelle, what you do and how you that is just, it's incredible to me when you think of the book cover or an event or a card. And for me in the military, having children who've had their spouses gone and have been deployed, that is just priceless, for having those oceans disappear and for them to feel like she's in that card, that video, that's a piece of her, and holding that in his pocket every day. And then he can watch it as often as he wants, instead of just having a photo.
Yes, it's such a dynamic interaction. I mean, we are moving closer towards being able to have holograms just appear like in Star Wars. We are getting towards, that kind of technology. But for today, I think it's so important for us to find unique ways to engage people and get them to feel something, get them to go, oh, that's incredibly powerful. One lady who is in the psychology realm, she wrote back, she says, Michelle, I actually feel that you've tapped into the awe and the wonder that we're all struggling to find. It's actually quite simple, but what it does, the level of depth of emotions that it creates, depending upon the scenario, and incorporating things like gamification are huge. I mean, if you're going to be at a trade show and your prices, you're trying to be different from your competitors, right? So maybe you say, okay, well, my prices are better than that guy. But people don't always buy based on price. They buy based upon how you've made them feel, really.
Yeah.
And so that's a key player here. And so,
yeah. Well, every buying
component.
decision is an emotional buying decision, whether we admit it or not. And everyone says video sells. right? And it's a
For
heart
yourself.
emotion decision. So not only for the world of sales, it's brilliant, but for bringing people together in the community. And I love that you said, you know, the hologram, because that's you're going to be right the next step. But this is just amazing. We can cast things to, you know, from videos from our phones to our TVs. And now just having things come alive can connect families, can connect. How great that would be if you had grandchildren out of town. Okay, you guys are way too young to have grandchildren like me. But if I used to have grandchildren that lived in a different state, I could only imagine if I would get, you know, a birthday card that had their photo on it. And then it was a little video of them, you know, talking directly to me on how special that would be. So, you know, we can do Facebook Lives and live videos like that, but right, you can't always in every situation. And so I love that that's available. And thank you so much, Michelle, for heeding your call from God for you to step into this role, because we need to lean into where we're led. I say that all the time. We really need to listen and be guided, and sometimes get out of our head and go back into our heart, because that is where we make all the right decisions.
I agree. And I just also want to point out that, you know, as fast as technology is moving and how awesome technology really is, every time we choose to embrace technology, and that's why I stepped into a leadership role with Tech with Heart Foundation, is to provide a safe place for people to come in and learn and glean and gain insights and ask good questions and feel safe, you know, and embraced. But we also always need to make sure that we're using technology in a way that it drives that deeper level of connection and building human relationships, because automation is powerful, but when done improperly, it can be incredibly off-putting. And so we need to make sure that we're using the tech to align with our purpose and our calling, which is hopefully to, you know, go out there and really impact people and make a change in their life. And so be smart with it. And that's why, you know, you can join our network and get some guidance around that, because it's
I love that. Yeah. So talk about your network a little bit. We haven't touched on that. So let's talk about your network and how the listeners can join that network.
Sure. Well, when I was demonstrating the Revealio augmented reality technology when we first got started in 2016, business owners were squealing in delight in one breath and sometimes slapping me on the back saying, "Shut up, get out of here. How's that happening?" But then in the exact same, at the end of that excitement would always come, "Oh man, technology is moving so fast. I can barely keep up with it. It makes my head spin. I'm quite overwhelmed. I'm barely able to just focus on keeping my business going. Like, how do I, you know, navigate this world?" So I'm a faith-based entrepreneur, and I actually had a vision, and the vision was shown to me that I'm standing in the center of an arena filled with excited entrepreneurs, and I was speaking to them, and I heard the words tech with heart. So Tech with Heart, we have a weekly show where we bring in an industry expert to talk to you, the entrepreneur, about how you can use certain technology, you can use mindset. It's about business growth. It's not always super tech savvy. In fact, we really tend to simplify tech. We dumb it down so that everybody on every level can understand it and grasp it, and then move into the implementation if that's where you feel that you're at with your business. And so techwithheartnetwork.com is where we have built a community. You can become a part of this community as an entrepreneur, or you can even lead in this community as an influencer. And so you can get, you know, interviewed on our show. So we have a community and network, and we are here to provide a safe and nurturing, supportive learning environment for you as an entrepreneur to grow or lead as an influencer. And let's all rise up better together. That's what we do. When you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, you know, go together and build collaborative relationships with other awesome, heart-centered, forward-thinking entrepreneurs. So that's what that community is all about, is just support, but also, you know, referral networks, and just grow together.
Yeah. Is something I mentioned earlier, is your network is your net worth. So whoever you're networking with, whoever you're surrounding yourself with, that is your net worth. That is going to be how you will be able to grow. And you say you can go fast by yourself, and sometimes I feel like you can grow slow by yourself. But if you surround yourself with the right people, boy, that can be fueled much, much faster. Because think of 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you're the only one doing what you need to be doing. But if you were to hire other resources to help you and have other networks of people masterminding with you, that's how you buy time. That's how you, for me, that's how you accelerate your growth is by, putting yourself in the right place with the right people. And Michelle, you're definitely the right person for us to be putting ourselves in place with for technology advancement and for understanding current technology and technology advancement. So thank you again for heeding that call and leaning into why you're here and what it is that your purpose is here on earth. So thank you for that. So Michelle, will you talk to our listeners about, you mentioned one of your websites. How can they get in touch with you? We'll have all of this listed, but please, please explain how they can reach out to you.
Sure. So if you would like to shine bright, and so if you have your brand figured out and you've got your base foundation, like Heather was talking earlier, you've got that all figured out, and now you want to elevate your presence and become more of a celebrity in others' eyes, you can reach out to me at revealio.com. You can see there's a consultation button there. You can also see all the various media and publicity and advertising services that we can help you out with. And then on the Tech with Heart side, if you are an entrepreneur or even a thought leader and you would like to come in and be a part of this awesome entrepreneurial network that is focused on helping people use technology in a way that it enhances human connection and be very supportive and engaging, then go to techwithheartnetwork.com and join our community there. You can reach out to me on either one of those platforms. The Tech with Heart is a nonprofit organization, and we are excited to be in a position to continually show up and provide nothing but support and just help you shine even brighter because of the stuff that we can do with the Revealio combination. So we're very excited to empower you.
Wonderful. Do you have any special events or anything coming up that you'd like to share?
Actually, on the Revealio side, because we are all about helping people shine like celebrities in their industry, we are launching a brand new television channel next month in May 2021. It's going to be called Short Talks TV. It's meant to be similar to TED Talks, but for newer speakers and giving newer speakers an opportunity to shine and be discovered on television as a featured speaker and be discovered by event planners. So it's going to become a one-stop shop television channel featuring nothing but speakers. So event planners can go, oh, let me go see who I want to have on my next event. And there you are. There you're going to be. So you can check that out. You can go to Revealio. It's the word revealio.com/short talks TV. So all one word, and you can go learn all about it. It's going to be an amazing channel to be on if you're a speaker and you want to shine bright and be able to speak on people's stages.
Well, thank you so much, Michelle, for all that you do and for empowering others. Thank you again, Heather, for empowering others by teaching them. Each one of you are not only surrounding them by a great network, but you're so advanced in what you're doing by teaching. And I think that education part is the piece that's missing, right? You just go above and beyond with your services. So I want to thank you both so much for being who you are, for lending those services to others, and for being here today on the Lead Up for Women Speak Up to Lead Up podcast. It's just been a pleasure to have you both here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're awesome.
All right, ladies. So just a quick reminder, we are back next week, same bat channel, same bat time. We are always on at the same time every Wednesday. You can catch us on Facebook at 10 a.m. We have a lot of free events coming up. The Teaching Tuesdays are free for all of you to attend, to be able to be educated, motivated, and inspired by all of our VIP members. It's an opportunity for you to add more tools to your toolbox. Remember, if learning is beneath you, then leadership is beyond you. So please make sure, no matter what, you are consistently learning on a regular basis. So we offer those to you free at leadupforwomen.com. So go check us out. And of course, if you're ready to step in the spotlight, you can always join as a VIP member and have unlimited benefits throughout the year on our podcast, our magazine, our workshops, our lunch and learns, and so many other opportunities for you to step in the spotlight, to expand your influence, and attract more customers. It works. I promise you, it works. You will get more clients through this. Anyway, so ladies, remember, you are the only you that has ever been. You are the only you that will ever be. So, how you pioneer your future is up to you. Do not be afraid to take that leap forward, just like Michelle did, and just like Heather did. And they do things the way they want to do things because they're unique in their own right. And I'm going to challenge you to do that this week and step into something that might be a little bit uncomfortable, do a little bit of a leap, but do it because it's what you desire and it's what you want. So, ladies, thank you again for joining me today. Listeners, we'll see you next week. Until then, have a blessed week. Take care. Bye-bye.